Let's be honest, homebodies get a bad rap. You've probably been called lazy or antisocial, you've heard the classic, you're missing out, or you really need to get out more. But what if that's all wrong? What if the desire to stay home isn't a flaw, but a sign that your mind is wired for deeper, more creative thinking? For so long, our culture has put the extrovert on a pedestal, the social butterfly, the life of the party. In that story, anyone who chooses a quiet night in gets misunderstood or even pitied. But what if we've had it backward this whole time? What if staying home isn't about running away from life, but about engaging with it on a much more meaningful level? Today we're going to explore the real psychology of people who love being at home. We'll look at the neuroscience that explains why your brain actually craves quiet, how solitude can be a launchpad for brilliant ideas, and why your preference for staying in might just be your greatest superpower. This isn't about being antisocial, it's about being incredibly selective with your energy. Section 1. Your brain on quiet, the nervous system sanctuary. First, let's get one thing straight. For many people who love staying at home, it's not just a preference, it's about neurology. Their brains are fundamentally wired differently. Many homebodies are introverts, and science shows that an introvert's brain has a higher baseline level of cortical arousal. In simple terms, your brain is already humming with activity from the inside. Think of it this way, an extrovert's brain is like a laptop that needs to be plugged into external power sources, social events, constant chatter to feel energized. But a homebody's brain is already running with a dozen tabs open. The outside world, with its loud noises and endless small talk, doesn't energize you, it overloads the system. It's like trying to open 50 more tabs when your processor is already maxed out. This is why home becomes a sanctuary for the nervous system. It's a space where you can finally turn down the volume on the world and let your brain do what it does best: think, process, and recharge. This isn't you avoiding life, it's you practicing emotional regulation. When your brain isn't fighting off external chaos, it can finally sort through your own internal world, leading to deeper self-awareness and stability. Your home isn't a place to hide, it's a charging station for a high-powered mind. Section 2. The antidote to modern anxiety. The joy of missing out, JOMO. For years we've been fed a steady diet of FOMO, the fear of missing out. Social media is a constant highlight reel of other people's adventures, making you feel like your life is less valuable if you're not out doing something epic. But homebodies are the quiet trailblazers of a powerful counter-movement, JOMO, the joy of missing out. JOMO is the emotionally intelligent response to FOMO. It's choosing, consciously and without guilt, to trade social pressure for the peace of your own company. It's looking at an invitation to a crowded party and feeling genuine relief when you decide to stay home with a good book instead. And this isn't being antisocial, it's being authentic. People who embrace JOMO understand that their energy is a precious, finite resource. They choose quality over quantity in both their experiences and their relationships. They'd rather have one deep conversation with a close friend than shout over loud music at 50 acquaintances. This mindset is a sign of high emotional intelligence, knowing what you truly need and making choices that serve your well-being, not just societal expectations. In a world screaming more, choosing to stay home is a radical act of contentment. Section 3. The secret garden of the mind, creativity and a rich inner world. When people look at a homebody, what do they see? Maybe someone on a couch, seemingly doing nothing, but what's really going on is far from nothing. People who love staying home often have an incredibly active and vibrant inner world. Their mind is a landscape rich with ideas, daydreams, and deep contemplation. Solitude isn't emptiness, it's the workshop where great ideas are born. Think of the world's most celebrated artists, writers, and inventors, from Virginia Woolf, who famously argued for a room of one's own, to innovators like Bill Gates. Many have been introverts who needed solitude to bring their visions to life, and research backs this up. A study in the British Journal of Psychology made a startling discovery. For highly intelligent individuals, socializing more frequently was actually linked to lower life satisfaction. Why is that? When your mind is free from the work of managing social cues, it can activate what neuroscientists call the default mode network. This is your brain's creative playground, where it makes new connections between old ideas, sparking innovation and insight. That time you spend doing nothing is actually your mind incubating its next breakthrough. While the world is out consuming, you are at home creating. If this is all starting to make you feel seen, and you're tired of having to explain why you love your quiet time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're building a community of deep thinkers right here, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. Section 4, The Myth of the Hermit. The art of selective socializing. Let's bust a huge myth. The idea that homebodies are reclusive hermits who hate people. That couldn't be further from the truth. People who love staying home aren't against socializing. They're just highly selective about it. They don't go out for just anything. They go out for things that are meaningful. Instead of a loud nightclub, they might choose a quiet walk in nature. Research shows that spending time outdoors can significantly reduce anxiety and boost your mood without causing overstimulation. Or they might see a movie alone, allowing them to get lost in the story without the pressure of making small talk. Other favorite outings might include a trip to a farmer's market or a self-care appointment like a massage, activities that offer a sense of calm and gentle community. And when it comes to people, they prioritize quality. They will happily leave the house for an intimate dinner with a few close friends or a real heartfelt conversation. This isn't about fear, it's about masterful energy management. Homebodies are experts at knowing what drains them and what restores them. They set boundaries not to push people away, but to protect their inner peace so that when they do show up, they can be their full, authentic selves. So how does this preference for staying in affect friendships and romantic relationships? It often leads to some of the deepest and most stable bonds possible. Because homebodies aren't chasing the thrill of the crowd, they invest their energy where it matters most. Their relationships aren't built on shared parties, but on shared ideas, emotional intimacy, and the beauty of a comfortable silence. For a homebody, a perfect date night might be cooking a meal together at home, totally free from the world's noise. They thrive with partners who understand and respect their need to recharge. This doesn't mean they never go out. It means they strike a healthy balance. A successful introvert-extrovert couple, for example, often works through compromise. The extrovert goes out with friends to get their social fix, and the introvert gets the restorative alone time they need. This makes their time together feel even more intentional and cherished. A homebody might not have 100 friends, but they'll have a few they'd do anything for. They are the friend who will listen for hours, who remembers the little things, and who shows up with quiet, steady support when life gets tough. In a world of superficial connections, the homebody offers something incredibly rare: true presence. The person who loves staying home isn't lazy, antisocial, or boring. They are an observer in a world full of performers. They are internally stimulated in a world that's desperate for external validation. They've built a life based on intention, not on what's expected of them. Your home is your sanctuary, a place where you can regulate your nervous system and reconnect with who you really are. Your choice to miss out is a joyful act of self-respect. And your solitude is the fertile ground where your best ideas take root. You're not escaping the world, you're building a version of it that feels right for you. So never apologize for your quiet rhythm. Never feel guilty for needing peace. Your calm energy is a gift in a world addicted to chaos. The next time someone tells you you're missing out, you can smile with the knowledge that you're not missing out at all. You're tuning in. Your quiet life isn't a small life, it's a deep one. If this video made you feel understood, please give it a like and subscribe for more insights into the psychology of a well-lived life. And I've got a question for you that I'd love to see you answer in the comments. Do you stay home because you love the peace, or because the world drains you? Share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching.